the title of it is probably going to make you think, this motherfucker. Right, rappers are corny. In 2015, rappers are corny. When you think of the vines that go around.
My mixtape's been released, that's why.
I just wanted to take a moment to tell you that God loves you and He has all the answers for you in this book.
This your mixtape, bro?
Yes, it's fire.
This is the fire department. What's your emergency?
There's a fire in my house.
Is it my mixtape?
Hey.
Hey, bro, look at my mixtape real quick. I want to see if it's...
When you think of the memes that go on. Like, how often do you tell someone you're a rapper and they just say, oh, You know what I mean? Like if you go tell your girlfriend's parents, if they ask you, yo, what do you do for a living? You say, oh, I'm trying to make her as a rapper. Okay. You know what I mean? But even though that it has that connotation, that doesn't mean that it's over now. You know what I mean? But what it does mean is that it's so oversaturated and it's so frowned upon because there's so many just typical rappers, and literally the way that most rappers work, especially online, is everyone's just running around like, yo, I rap! Everybody, I rap! You know what I mean? But now, I want to introduce to you the idea of branding and getting your shit ready before anybody even knows that you rap. It might be a bit too late now if you're already out there, but it doesn't mean that you can't draw back a little bit if you've got a small fan base or no fan base at all at this moment. Now, the reason you need to rebrand yourself and go back to the root is, like I say, that everyone's out here just running around screaming about how they rap and just have no idea what they're doing. That's not a bad thing. We all come from a space of not knowing what to do when it comes to literally anything in life, right? So I got hit up yesterday by an artist who literally had just decided to be an artist. I think it was like this week or last week, obviously, he had just decided to be an artist. And he hit me up, he's like, look, I don't know where to start at all. So I said, oh, listen, you've got to start working on your branding, studying your marketing, blah, blah. I just went through a list of steps with him. And then he hit me up about 10 minutes later and he said, oh, what about shows? And I was like, listen, don't worry about shows. And this goes to a lot of artists out there watching this. Don't worry about shows right now. Don't worry about even putting out music right now, especially if you're fresh in the game. And this is because you haven't sat down and said, this is me. This is what I want to represent. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to give you some examples now. When you got someone like Nipsey Hussle, you know, it's like he never makes a move out of place. When you think Nipsey Hussle, you think intelligence, you think hustle, obviously it's his last name. You also think that, you know, business and money and blah blah. And there's someone like Currency. If you're Currency, you think cool, laid back, chill, smoke weed, you know, just kick back to his music type deal. Wiz Khalifa, you think success, weed, blah blah blah. They've all got like an image attached to them, a branding. They've got a message that is concurrent through their catalogue of, you know, their core message and what they represent. Now, a lot of artists, especially the underground ones that are probably watching this video right now, have no idea who they are as an artist, as a brand name. You've got to understand, you need to be operating as a brand, not just out here like, hey everybody, I'm rapping. You need to actually be coming from like planned thoughts. Like you've had to have sat down and said, this is what I want to represent, and this is where I want to go, and this is how I'm going to move, and this is the kind of updates I'm going to put out, and this is how I want people to feel when they see my brand, this is how I want people to feel when they hear my music. Now, if you haven't got that ready, don't worry about putting the music out yet. Don't even worry about doing shows. Don't worry about appearances. You need to work on the fundamentals, and the reason is if you're out there now just doing the whole everybody I'm a rapper thing, then you're giving your first impression off. Okay, and first impression is so important in this game. Like, let's say MC Squared. Say your name is MC Squared. Now your track isn't on point whatsoever. It's shitty recording, it's a shitty beat, it's all over the place, it's just not good. You have no idea what you're doing with branding, you haven't really thought about it, your whole movement's a mess. Now if I by any chance click on your link, or if I go to a show and I see you perform and everything I see is terrible and nothing is on point, I am never going to click on your track ever again. Whether that's tomorrow, whether that's 5 years down the line, I'm going to remember you for how bad you were. And you really don't want that. I know a lot of people just think, oh, as long as people remember me, but please don't ruin your brand like that. Now, if you're out there giving that first impression to everybody of being an amateur, of not being on point, and blah 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 blah, that first impression is going to stick. Every person you speak to and introduce to your music while it's not on point is someone who's never going to be your fan. Never going to be your fan. So you need to draw back. Go back to the drawing board if you have to. If you've got no fans, it's particularly you need to do this. And really, who am I? Where am I trying to go with this? What is my brand? And really start making moves based off that. Because just running around as a mess and putting yourself out there early, premature, while your music's not on point, nothing's on point, you're really hurting your music career. If you're feeling what I'm saying and you think that you could really benefit from some of the information that I'm putting out in this video, I've got a guide that is strictly dedicated to branding yourself online and pushing your music movement out there. It's called the Get Rich Rapping Secret Sauce. You can find it in the link below. It's called the GetRichRappingLibrary.com. If you go to that link, get the Secret Sauce course, hit me up, let me know you've got it, let's work. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, in 2015 it's real corny to just be a rapper. And this is why you need to stop being just a rapper and really, you know, give yourself that self-respect to your movement. So everybody else can respect your movement. People respect your movement, they stop seeing you as a rapper and they start seeing you as a brand and a movement, and that's when people are really going to respect what you do, and people aren't going to be like when you tell them you're a rapper anymore, because they know your brand, they know what you do, they know how you move. Like I said with Nipsey, that guy moves like you wouldn't believe, like full 100% respect to him and how he does it. And that's what you need to do, not exactly like Nipsey, but when people hear your name they want to immediately think, yeah, I respect that. I respect that. But yeah, don't get mad, get motivated, don't make hits, make history. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that shit. Click the links in the description. Now you have a great day. Hit me up if you need anything. Let's go.